occurred in the 20th century. We are policed everywhere we go: work, shopping, home, and church. Nothing is private anymore. Not property, not family, not even our houses of worship. We are encouraged to spy on each other and to stand passively as government agents scan us, harass us, and put us in our place day after day. If you object, you are put on a hit list. If you fight to reveal the truth, as WikiLeaks or other websites have done, you are targeted and can be crushed. Sometimes it seems like we are living in a dystopian novel like 1984 or Brave New World, complete with ever less economic freedom. Some will say that this is hyperbole. Others will understand exactly what I'm talking about. What is at stake is the American dream itself, which in turn is wrapped up with our standard of living. Too often we underestimate what the phrase standard of living really means. In my mind, it deals directly with all issues that affect our material well-being and therefore affects our outlook on life itself. Whether we are hopeful or despairing, whether we expect progression or regression, whether we think our children will be better off or worse off than we are. All of these considerations go to the heart of the idea of happiness. The phrase standard of living comprises nearly all we expect out of life on this earth. It is, simply, how we are able to define our lives. Our standards of living are made possible by the blessed institution of liberty. When liberty is under attack, everything we hold dear is under attack. Governments, by their very nature, notoriously compete with liberty, even when the stated purpose for establishing a particular government is to protect liberty. Take the United States, for example. Our country was established with the greatest ideals and respect for individual freedom ever known. Yet look at where we are today. Runaway spending and uncontrollable debt, a monstrous bureaucracy regulating our every move, total disregard for private property, free markets, sound money, and personal privacy, and a foreign policy of military expansionism. The restraints placed on our government in the Constitution by the founders did not work. Powerful special interest rule, and there seems to be no way to fight against them. While the middle class is being destroyed, the poor suffer. The justly rich are being looted, and the unjustly rich are getting richer. The wealth of the country has fallen into the hands of a few at the expense of the many. Some say this is because of a lack of regulations on Wall Street, but that is not right. The root of this issue reaches far deeper than that. The threat to liberty is not limited to the United States. Dollar hegemony has globalized the crisis. Nothing like this has ever happened before. All economies are interrelated and dependent on the dollar's maintaining its value, while at the same time, the endless expansion of the dollar money supply is expected to bail out everyone. This dollar globalization is made more dangerous by nearly all governments acting irresponsibly by expanding their powers and living beyond their means. Worldwide debt is a problem that will continue to grow if we continue on this path. Yet all governments, and especially ours, do not hesitate to further expand their powers at the expense of liberty in a futile effort to force an outcome of their design on us. They simply expand and plummet further into debt. Understanding how governments always compete with liberty and destroy progress, creativity, and prosperity is crucial to our effort to reverse the course on which we find ourselves. The contest between abuse of government power and individual freedom is an age-old problem. The concept of liberty, recognized as a natural right, has required thousands of years to be understood by the masses in reaction to the tyranny imposed by those whose only desire is to rule over others and live off their enslavement. This conflict was understood by the defenders of the Roman Republic, the Israelites of the Old Testament, the rebellious barons of 1215 who demanded the right of habeas corpus, and certainly by the founders of this country who imagined the possibility of a society without kings and despots and thereby established